What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm your co-host Donovan Quick, and today we're going to be doing a mock draft. Did do one yesterday, but then the sound didn't register, so had to redo it. Doing it today. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this one. Rules off rip is we're not going to do any trades. And I'm going to go position by position, and we're going to kind of like go through and see who jumps out to us and see who possibly could be the best fit for the Dolphins. And so, yeah, we'll jump right into it here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to click start. If any of you want to do this mock draft, it's NFL Mock Draft Database Simulator, NFL Mock Draft Database.com. And you can do the mock draft. You can let me know in the comments who you drafted and what you would do differently from me. So we're going to go ahead and get started now. Go through. Let's see who's available at 21. So we have 3 trade offers. Once again, we're not doing trades, but we're going to go through the offers. See, maybe is this something the Dolphins could possibly do? Could not. Right off rip. A second, 2 fifths, and a 6 for 121, and we're gonna be dropping back 24 picks. Nah, we're good. 131, drop back 10 picks, get a second rounder, a 4th rounder, a 6th, and a 5th and a 7th next year. That is a pretty decent offer. Depending on who's on the board, I might accept if I were the Dolphins. And once again, dropping back 20 something picks and not really getting anything of solid value there, not really interested. So best available, obviously, Byron Murphy here, Fashanu, Fatanu, Marius Mims, all really good names. We're going to go position by position though. Adonai Mitchell is the best receiver available. Xavier Worthy has been mocked to us in multiple drafts. Could the Dolphins, possibly go to one of these 2 guys out of Texas? Looks like, yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. was already taken. He is another one that could potentially fall to us. In this case, he did not. Interior offensive linemen, 2 of the guys that have been mocked to the Dolphins quite a bit, Graham Barton and Jackson Powers Johnson, are still available. Linebackers, not anybody that really jumps out to me. I like Edrin Cooper and Junior Carlson, but it's just a really bit of a reach here. We're not even going to bother with punters. Michael Penix, Bo Nix, Spencer Rattler. Look, we're not selecting a quarterback in the first round. I know this. Dolphins already said it. A lot of the fans already know it. As much as we would like, and I'm a Tua lover, as much as some of us would like to have a quarterback taken, I would somewhere in the later rounds. It's just not going to be realistic to take one of these guys here. Jatavian Sanders, tight end. Once again, bit of a reach here. If Brock Bowers fell to us, that'd be another conversation, but he did not. Byron Murphy, once again, you're talking about the best defensive lineman rated anyways, falling to us at 21 in the draft. That's really hard to pass up. Corners, Nate Wiggins, Kool-Aid McKinstry, solid options to take at this point. I think he did get taken. Yep, Cooper DeJean, Terrion Arnold did get taken. Running backs, Jonathan Brooks, no running backs taken at this point in the draft. Offensive tackles, I don't know why they're suggesting offensive tackles for us, because they're not going to make a difference at least this year, right? We're not going to have a rookie starting at tackle over Kendall Lamb, over Teron Armstead, over Austin Jackson. A rookie tackle is not starting, so I'm not going to take, at this point, even if they are the best available, and it looks like only four tackles were taken, and the second best tackle is still technically available, I'm not taking someone there. Looks like all the good edge rushers that I would have wanted here have been taken. Latu, Verse, they're taken. If Latu and Verse were still available, that'd be a conversation. So right now, it kind of goes back to who can make the biggest impact right away for this Dolphins team that's trying to compete. Now, you go to that right away, and you're going to talk interior line, offensive line, or wide receiver. And interior offensive line is really just going to be center, which would be these 2, Graham Barton, Jackson Powers Johnson. You got a receiver, Adonai Mitchell, Xavier Worthy, Lad McConkey, all solid options. I think the biggest impact, though, on the game is going to be Adonai Mitchell, in my personal opinion, because we have worked with offensive linemen and we've converted centers. Now, given these guys are centers that are coming out and they've been centers since college, whereas the guys that we have on roster have been centers in the pros only. But, you know, who knows what happens with our offensive line now. I mean, look, Liam Eichenberg, he did a lot better as the season went on. The new center that we got struggles in pass protection a little bit, but I mean, how much of a difference is a rookie going to be? Is he even going to start over the guys that we just signed to pretty decent contracts? Adonai Mitchell would immediately step in, and 6'4", big frame, gets loads of separation, smooth, crisp route running, big hands, can go up and get a contested catch. You know, this guy could potentially be one of our biggest red zone threats opposite Jonnu Smith. So now we have multiple options throughout our red zone. We were so one-dimensional last year we haven't really been able to throw the ball the past couple years, and I've talked about it in some other videos, and it's not really Tua's fault. All of our receivers are under 6 foot tall, and it's such a tight space that they could just drop 7 back and there's no one to throw to. We don't have a tall quarterback. We don't have tall receivers. Having a 6'4" Adonai Mitchell, having Jonnu Smith already there, I think Adonai Mitchell makes the biggest immediate impact right away on this team. You can disagree with me. Let me know in the comments below if you disagree. That is who I'm personally going. Look, and if it comes back to bite us in the ass, it is what it is. If we draft Adonai Mitchell and we don't draft a starting offensive lineman, I can't sit there and complain that our offensive line sucks because we didn't go out and draft someone, and I didn't want us to draft someone. Here, 2 trade offers, not even going to consider this. I'm not dropping back half my picks. We would get a second rounder next year, but I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in what's going on right now. This one, once again, second next year. This offer was better. Yeah, not in the least bit even interested in that. Now we come back, and best available here: Keon Coleman, Kingsley. I cannot pronounce your last name, bro. Ricky Pearsall, Peyton Wilson. Those are the best available. Now look, I would love Keon Coleman as well. If we draft an offensive lineman in the first round and Keon Coleman's here, I'm absolutely drafting him. But I just drafted Adonai Mitchell in the first, so I'm not going with him overall. But, you know, love all of these receivers right here. Actually, the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receivers, I absolutely love all of these guys, and I think they can be really good pros. I just think Adonai Mitchell, if this was any other draft, he'd be a top 10 pick. And to get him at 21... I like it. I like it a lot. 4.35 speed. And look, we're not going to have Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill together forever. It's impossible to pay Tua $55 million, impossible to pay Waddle $25 million, and also Tyreek Hill $30 million. It's just not going to happen, especially when we only have $31 million cap space and we haven't even paid Waddle. We haven't even paid Jalen Phillips, haven't paid Javon Holland, haven't paid Tua. So it's just not going to happen. One of those guys is going to be gone, if not both. So having someone on a rookie deal that is as good as he is, love to have it. So here we got Christian Hayes, Dominic Puny, Cedric Van Pran. Christian Hayes I like. Doesn't really jump out to me. I think he's kind of a little bit overrated. I think he's more of like a early 3rd round pick rather than like a mid-second. And he's rated at 61, so he's rated as like a late 2nd, early 3rd. That's why I say it's slightly overrated. Payne Wilson, linebacker, Junior Colson, Jeremiah Trotter. I really like Jeremiah Trotter, but once again, this would be a little bit of a reach for him. Quarterbacks. So Spencer Rattler and Michael Pratt are here. Those are 2 guys that I would consider if they were there in the next pick at 158. But at this one here, once again, I don't think I can reach for a quarterback after I just drafted a wide receiver in the first round. Ja'Tavion Sanders, that would be a solid pick for us right here. We're going to continue going, see if there's anybody else that pops up to us. I really like Ben Sinnott as well. Defensive line, Braden Fisk fell to us. That is crazy. I also love Tavondre Sweat. I could say his name, guys. Really like him. The Dolphins have done a lot of work on Sweat, actually. So he's an option for us here as well. I really do like Fisk, though. We'll keep going. None of these guys jump out to me. Trey Benson is the best available. Blake Corum. Once again, none of these guys. I really like Braylon Allen, but not at 55. Once again, we're stacked in the running back room. Not really an absolute need. Kingsley Suamatai. I could say his name. Not really a fan of Blake Fisher. Yeah, that's all I could really say. Not really a fan. And all the really good edge rushers are now gone by this point. So maybe it bit us in the ass. Maybe it didn't. Safeties, once again, not really anybody jumping off the table. I like Bullard, but I watched Georgia, so I like Kitchens as well. Obviously, I'm a Miami fan, but honestly, I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go stay with the offensive route. Ja'Tavion Sanders, it's a B+ pick. I don't care. If there was an interior lineman there, like Zach Frazier fell to me in the other draft that I did that had no audio, and I picked him. But yeah, it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And honestly, I wouldn't mind trading back a little bit in the first or a little bit in the second and getting like a 3rd round pick or an extra 2nd round pick, because that gap in between the 2nd and 4th round is just such a huge talent gap. It's actually insane. Here we would give up 158. We would get a 5th round and a 7th round next year. 6 trade offers for this one. Jeez. 5th and 7th next year, as well as 7th this year. 2 5ths this year. We would get 168, 175, and a 6. This is the best offer of them all. Once again, we're not taking trades, but we're kind of just looking at it. I'm not even going to consider a Jets trade. 161, so move back 3 picks and get a 6th rounder next year. Not really too interested. Move back 1 pick, get a 7th rounder next year. 2025 5th, 25. No, just not interested. A 7th, 5th, and 7th. Yeah, just not at all. This is probably the best one of them all. Saints offer, just not gonna happen. So wow, the 3 best available people are all running backs. We already know that it's kind of, I'm not a big fan of Ray Davis, kind of just a cone. Audric, I am a fan of, but he's falling for a reason. Look, Jeremiah Thrash, really good guy. Anthony Good, I'm really high on him as well. Jalen Coker, he's okay. I don't really see, where's my dude? Is Jacob Cowling already taken? He did. Wow, okay. That's interesting. Normally he doesn't, he falls down further. So now we're gonna go a little bit more towards needs / best available. Isaiah Adams rated at 154. We have pick 158. Luami 159. Once again 158. Cohen, look, this is a guy that the Dolphins probably have a close eye on because we're in Miami. Like, it's just a natural feel, right? Linebackers, Jordan McGee at a Temple. He fell down this far? Oh, he's rated at 184. That's why. That's crazy. Let's see if Rattler here. Rattler is not here, so we're not gonna take a quarterback. Rattler is probably the only one I would have considered, along with Michael Pratt. But tight end, we already took Ja'Tavion Sanders. I do like AJ Barner. Not a big fan of Bell. But yeah, it's just how the cookie crumbles, apparently. We already picked a tight end, so we're not going to go ahead and pick tight ends. Just wanted to show you who might be available. Kind of kick ourselves in the teeth, like, oh, dang, we could have had him at this pick. Instead, we drafted, so-and-so earlier. Kind of makes you wonder, like, maybe like with Adonai Mitchell and having Keon Coleman there in the second, drafting Sanders, then having AJ Barner there in the fourth. Like there could have been guys that we could have drafted instead and still gotten value at the next pick, you know. Nehemiah Pritchett, Kalen Carlson, Elijah Jones. Not a fan of these guys. No one's jumping out to me. Pitt, I mean, this guy has like good features, a lot of work. I mean, given we're in the 4th round here, so we're not really going to, we're in the 5th round, sorry. We don't have a 4th round pick either. But yeah, that gap of 103 picks is insane. So would really like to get like a 2nd and 3rd with a trade back somewhere in here, realistically with the Dolphins. But yeah, I'm not really seeing anybody that kind of, okay, yeah, he jumps out to me. Kitan Oladapo. I saw his combine, bro. He's that dude. And we can use some safety help. Once again, okay, drop back. A lot of picks. Yeah, just not happening. All right, 184. Best available safety, wide receiver, running back. I kind of like him. Wide receiver, punter. And now we have corners just jumping out at us, telling them, ooh, Isaiah Adams is there? All right, so we don't need a receiver, but this is some guys that might be available in the 6th round for us. Luke McCaffrey, really solid dude. Anthony Good, if he wasn't so small, he's like Tyreek size, but like built, and a little bit slower, I would really like him. Jalen Coker, he's aight, but you know, some guys that might be available at that pick. Hey, look, it's our boy Javion Cohen. I see it, bro. Illinois' offensive line, just crazy. Tyrese Knight, once again, just not anybody jumping out to me. We kind of have a little bit of needs. Quarterbacks, Milton's here. Sam Hartman, you know, quarterbacks are right now. Ooh, see, this is a guy. We're in the 6th round. I like this. So right now I'm in between. I don't really want to draft a corner here. If Kalen King's there at the next pick, I might go him. But right now I'm just considering between Isaiah Adams and Justin Ibujibi. I can't, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that guy's name. Justin or Isaiah. And here's also where it comes in. None of these guys are going to start right away, but who has the biggest chance to develop into being a starter? Who has the biggest chance to get playing time and make an impact? And I think the biggest one right now would probably be Justin. And that's where I'm going with this pick. It gives me an A+. My first A+ of this draft. Whoop-de-doo. Drop back 3 picks and get a 7th rounder next year. Not a bad trade offer, honestly, depending on who they want. But once again, we're not taking trades. All right, here we go. This guy has fallen so much. Look at this. And look, Isaiah Adams right there for the taking. So we're going to just go really quickly through who's available. Just a lot of the same guys. Isaiah Adams still there. Javion Cohen still there. Linebacker Tyrese Knight still there. Quarterbacks Milton still there. Jaheim Bell, AJ Barner still there at 182. If he's there at 241, I'm taking him. Defensive line, no one really pops out to me except for Keith Randolph and Evan Anderson, but I don't, South Florida boy, I know Evan Anderson. Corner, him falling so much is is like a concern for me, especially since he's supposed to be like a mid-round pick, and now he's falling to the later rounds. He's supposed to be a day 2 pick. Now we're in day 3. Tackles, once again, no one really pops out to me. Cedric Johnson, meh. But we're gonna go ahead and take our boy Isaiah Adams, and let's see who's available at 241 for our last pick, our 7th round pick. It's gonna be really interesting to see who we get here. So Miles Harden, 191, Jordan Jefferson, defensive line. That could be a good pick there. Brandon McGregor, Cornelius Johnson, JD Bertrand. That's interesting. So Cornelius is the best one. I would probably, honestly, this guy's the best one. Jalen Coker. He's the best one available there. Joshua Cephas I kind of like too. Weaver's a little bit overrated, but I like him still. He'd be like a camp guy, Xavier Weaver. Let's see. Just no one there on the interior line. No one at linebacker, punter. No one that really stands out. There's not like a punt god per se. Austin Reed, yeah, we could take Talia here, but nah. AJ's gone. That sucks. AJ Barner went. Defensive line, Jordan Jefferson's a really intriguing pick. Miles Harden. Running backs. This could be a good one to find like some. Where are we? My boy got picked. Where is he? Out of Purdue. Yeah, Tyrone Tracy got picked already. Offensive tackles, just once again, no one jumping out to me. I think we're gonna go ahead and take Jordan Jefferson here. Defensive lineman out of LSU. They produce pretty good offensive linemen out there. Look, B+ pick. And this is our draft. This is our draft. I would be really happy with this draft, honestly. Get 2 defensive linemen that we can, go ahead and try to develop. Adonai Mitchell, who is just going to be a stud off rip. Jatavian Sanders. Like, we just fixed our red zone problem in one day. Like, between Jonnu Smith, Adonai Mitchell, Jatavian Sanders, we just fixed our red zone problem. We're not going to have a problem throwing in the red zone with those 3 guys. And on top of that, Adonai Mitchell can also block. So, like, he can go out there once again, 6'4", 215. He has the size, he has the footwork, he has everything. The fact that this is a C+ just shows how underrated this man is. I'm telling you, any other draft that doesn't have Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Roma Dunze, he is the best receiver behind them. Him and Brian Thomas Jr. are like neck and neck, and they both have the size, they both have the speed, they both have the catch ability. They are both top 10 picks if it wasn't for the top 3 receivers being that good. Jatavian Sanders, a lot of people were kind of out on him. I still am in on him. Oladapu, look, we just need some secondary help as a whole, some secondary depth. He's mostly going to be a special teams guy, but he is a sure tackler. So I do like that guy. Justin, I'm not going to pronounce his last name. Look, Alabama, LSU defensive linemen, they're going to be solid rotational guys no matter what. And we can develop our boy here, Isaiah Adams, who we could have taken at 184, but he ended up being there at 198, and we took him. Could be our little development guy, get him on the interior with Liam, get him on the interior with Robert Jones, and could be a good depth piece, could be a starter eventually. Look, I trust our coaching staff enough to coach up some of these guys. Liam Eichenberg was horrible his first couple years, and the last couple years he's actually been like getting better. And same thing as the offensive line as a whole. It just shows how much this coaching staff can actually coach and develop. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know, do you think I'm crazy for taking Adonai Mitchell at 21 overall? Let me know. Just put in the comments below. Who would you have taken? Tell me who you took in your mock draft. And till next time, I'll see ya. Deuces.